Oh my gosh, I look a mess. What do you think? Do I look pretty much like a mess? I have my eyebrows on from yesterday. My skin is breaking out. My hair is greasy. I need to fix that. Hold on. And we're back. Just kidding. I could never be a daily vlogger because I am the worst person on earth. I recorded that first clip at like 11 o'clock this morning, and now it's currently 8. So about 9 hours have passed, but I did get ready. I washed my hair, I put it up in a bun, I filled in my eyebrows. And now me and the baby, well, he's in baby jail, practicing standing. Here he goes. There he goes. Whoa. So the other day, me and the baby were home alone, which never happens. We were always with somebody. And so I decided to do like a major clean out, and this room doesn't look very good, but we have this big living room that we don't use. Like literally there's nothing in here. It's not focusing. And I decided to make this the baby's playroom. So like all of his little things are in here, like his strollers, his wagon, his jumper, his car seat, his high chair. He has a pack and play, and he has a walker. So I decided to put all of this in here, and then I got him this little baby jail because he is a lot more interested in his toys now. Oh! Did you see that? Oh! Oh! Did you see that? He's still holding on for dear life. You're okay. Okay, so anyways, I got him this baby jail all set up, and I'm really disappointed because of how small it is. I thought the gates were gonna be bigger. So I need to go to Walmart sometime, and I'm just gonna get another one of these and connect them, and then get more foam tiles so that he has all of this room to like roll around and play. And then there's a big TV in here. So my plan is to get a comfy cozy chair, and then I'm going to like sit down and read in here or work on drawing things, because you guys don't know this, but I'm starting an Etsy shop where I'm like putting stickers and pins and things of that nature in it. So I want to get like a little chair so I can draw while he's playing, because if not, I just stay up super late to do it, and I want to use that time now to edit these videos. So that's all I want to show you, kind of boring mom stuff, but a lot of the content on this channel is going to be mom related, so I apologize. Okay guys, Wolf started doing something that's so weird today. Let me see if I get him to do it again. I'm gonna lay him down. Okay, this is all normal, but can you do it? Can you do it? Hi! Hi! Okay, this is completely normal. He always does this, but that. What are you doing? He started like nodding his head, but for no reason. It's like he's dancing. Hold on, stay still. Keep still. Wild stuff. He's not really doing it. Okay, now he's being dramatic. Can you do it? Oh, he's not doing it. He was doing it for like ever, and then I went to grab the camera and he stopped. Hi. Okay, he kind of did. I'll try to get it later, but I thought it was really funny. Does anyone else really hate socks? I feel like there's straight jackets for my toes, and I find them really offensive. Let me set the camera up. Just give me a second. Hold on. I'm messaging Carissa. Carissa, if you're watching this, I'm responding to you right now, okay? Okay. Eye contact. Yeah, I tried to film this earlier, and my dad kept yelling at me. Hi, Dad. Why is it dark? Just sitting here filming a video.
What's up, bub? What's up, Chico? What's up? What's up, Chico? Chico! What's up?
Can you leave so I can finish making this, please?
What's up, Chico?
Okay, we have like the same size head.
What?
It's embarrassing.
What? I'm not here, Gabrielle. What are you gonna order, please?
What? What? Please stop interrupting me. Thanks. I'm talking quiet so my family stops interrupting me.
Knock it off!
What are you doing?
Chico! Chico! Chico!
Please go away.
Chico!
Please go away.
Chico!
I love making YouTube videos. I feel like it's such an outlet and it's really nice because I can talk as much as I want and no one can interrupt me. Like, you guys can't say anything back. Like, do you know that I have the most talkative family in the world and you cannot get a full thought out before 5 people interrupt you? So I kind of wanted to explain our living situation and what's going on real quick, because in the vlogs for this weekend, which I'm going to try to do, you're gonna see us building a house, and I kind of want to explain that. The baby's sleeping, so I'm kind of talking quiet and my diffuser's going, so you might hear some music. And also I already like washed my face and took off all my makeup. My eyelashes are looking good though, and yeah, okay, let's just start talking about it. So if you don't know, me and Scott got married on our 4-month dating anniversary. At the time, Scott had an apartment and he had a roommate with his best friend, and we decided that we were going to stay at the apartment. And I told my mom, because at the time I was living at home, I told my mom that we were going to probably be staying at the apartment. And she asked me at the time if I'd be willing to stay at the house with Scott, because my dad works out of town and my mom spent 90% of her time out of town with my dad, so she wanted us to stay at the house to take care of it and watch her dogs. And then we found out I was pregnant the day that we got married, and I was like, yeah, not going back to that sketchy apartment because it was not in a good part of town. I feel like there was some Illuminati level stuff going on in the apartment below his, so I was like, I'm not going back there. So we moved into my parents' house, and for months it was just me and Scott and all of our dogs. No one else lived here. We got married and found out we were pregnant in October. In December, a lot of stuff happened. I thought I was having a miscarriage because I started having like painful jabs in my stomach and I had some bleeding. This might be TMI, but like, who cares? I thought I was having a miscarriage, so I went to the doctor and they ran a ton of tests, and I had an ultrasound and like a whole bunch of stuff. Well, it turns out that I was not covered for prenatal care on the insurance I was on. So that means I had to pay everything out of pocket, which equated to over $1,000. The week after that, Scott had to be rushed to the emergency room because he passed out while on a job site, because Scott works construction, and he slammed his head into the ground. And so we had to go and run a bunch of tests on him, which also costed several $1,000s. And then in January, Scott's Jeep broke down, so we invested $1,000 into that. And as all of this was going on, I was just thinking how thankful I was that we were not staying at the apartment, because we could not afford to pay full rent while paying all these bills. I don't think a lot of people like know the extent of everything that happened, like a lot of my friends. So if any of you are watching this, like, so much happened and it was so stressful. On top of that, when I was 10 weeks pregnant, I was having a very hard time carrying the baby. Basically, I went to the doctor and they said that my nervous system was shutting down. I was so stressed and I was so anxious and I was so depressed that my body was literally shutting down. I had a fever of 105 and I couldn't move for a few days. And I was throwing up, and I never throw up. I have a thing with like being sick, like I just don't do it. Like if I feel like I'm gonna throw up, I just tell myself you're not, and then I don't. So I was feeling horrible, and basically the doctor was like, if you can't like calm yourself down, you're going to have a miscarriage. So because of that, I had to step down from my job. On top of the thousands of dollars of bills that were adding up, things were not going well. So I stopped going to my prenatal care. I stopped going to the baby doctor, and I didn't go again I got one more ultrasound at 20 weeks. We found out we were having a boy, paid for that out of pocket, and an ultrasound is $300. And then I didn't have another appointment till I was 30 weeks pregnant, and I switched to a midwife. And I'm not recommending this, like, don't not go to the baby doctor, because you should. But I switched to a midwife, and insurance didn't cover a midwife, so we paid that $3,000 out of pocket. And I went into labor, and we last minute emergency, it wasn't like an extreme emergency where it was like life or death, but it was like you need to go to the hospital. We had to go to the hospital, and that is costing several more $1,000. So I just want you to like understand before I tell you the story of why I made the decisions I made, because over the past like year and a half, a crazy amount of things have happened that have stressed me out and cost us a lot of money. And on top of that, we got a new car in July because we both had Jeep Wranglers, me and Scott did, and the baby's car seat wouldn't fit into it. Right before I was due, we had to go and get a new car. With all that in mind, I want you to understand why it was best for us to not be paying rent, because we were paying at least $1,000 every single month for some unforeseen bill. And I couldn't work. Starting at 31 weeks pregnant, I started like going into labor, and like if I was up and walking around too much, I would start going into labor, so I kept getting put on bed rest, and it was just like I felt like it was bad luck central for us. So that's that story. It was me and Scott living in the house. Then after things started getting worse for me for my pregnancy, my mom decided to come and stay here pretty much full time, just in case something happened. Then in May of 2017, my sister and my brother-in-law decided to move back into the house because they wanted to save up to buy their own home. And then my dad would come back every once in a while to visit. So after the baby was born, it was me, Scott, Gabby, Michael, my mom, my dad, a baby, 5 dogs, 5 cats. It's very cramped inside the house. Now mine and Scott's goal was to save money for the first year of the baby's life, and then try to buy a house around July of this year, or at least start the process of looking for a house. So we're looking to buy a home, and I really want to stay in the city that I'm in because I want to stay within 5 minutes of my mom, and nowhere within a 20-mile radius around me has houses in our price range. And it's not because we have a really low price range. I mean, like, it is on the lower side, but it's because the town I'm in is literally landlocked. There's nothing. I try to be very smart with our money, especially because of all of the unfortunate situations we've been put in. So I'm not comfortable getting caught up in a mortgage that could lead us to financial ruin later on. I want to be able to have enough money left over to put into savings every month in case something happens. So we looked and we looked and we looked, and I did research, and there's nothing. So we decided that we were going to build a house in my parents' backyard. It was actually my dad's idea. He kept bringing it up, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. And then finally I was like, you know what? Like, why the heck not? Like, I love my family. I love being close to them. I just don't love being this close to him because, like, there's no elbow room. My parents have a really large backyard, and in the state I'm in, at least, you can have a guest house in your backyard that's 900 square feet. So that's what we're doing. It is a 30 by 30 house. So I call it a small house, not a tiny house, because it's bigger than a tiny house. The layout of the house is going to be a gigantic bedroom, a bathroom, and then a really big open kitchen living room concept. And we're just doing 1 bedroom because we bed share anyway, and we're hoping to save up money to buy a house by the time we're 30. And I'm 22 right now, so that gives us, you know, 8 years. But yeah, like I said, my parents have a really big backyard, and so we're going to like section off a part of the yard just for our yard to keep our dogs in. And I want to get a like playground for him and an in-ground trampoline, hopefully by Christmas. But as of right now, the foundation and the framing is up, and then tomorrow the roof is going up. So hopefully we'll be able to start like sleeping in there in like a month or 2, because I think we're gonna try to do the bedroom and the bathroom first, and then the kitchen will be like just like put up as we go, because we can always just walk into the main house. For the kitchen, we just want to make sure the bathroom's up so that that's not a problem. Yeah, that's pretty much the entire story. I hope that made sense. We're really excited because I get to design this house exactly how I want it, and it's hopefully gonna end up really cute. It is gonna cost us like couple tens of thousands of dollars, but to me it's a smart investment. So It's gonna be the perfect size for our little family, and I'm really, really excited about it. It's pretty much everything. But I just wanted to update you on this so that when I show you the house in the vlogs later on and you're like, why are they building a house in somebody's backyard? That's why. Yeah, but that's everything, I think. Yeah, that's everything. I hope you can hear me. I'm talking quiet since the baby's asleep, but okay, back to your regular scheduled programming. I'm probably gonna end this here, just a short little vlog. I know it actually wasn't short because once I edit the footage together of me talking about the house, it'll end up being pretty long. I really want to show you guys the house, but it's dark outside, so maybe I will insert a clip of it tomorrow morning. But tomorrow we're putting the roof up, I think, so I will try to let you know how that goes. But that's everything. Night, guys.